I'd like to call the meeting to order. It's the ONCC Executive Committee meeting, Monday, October 31st, 2022 at 9 a.m. Maura, could you please call the roll?
Yep. Joe Nunzio,
Here.
Karen Robles, here. Ray Cooper,
Here.
Evan Summers,
Present.
Dennis Ryan, Ralph Sorsey, Jennifer Kelso,
Here.
and Aaron Frame.
Here.
Okay, we are in attendance.
And we have a quorum, right?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Okay. Do I hear a motion to approve the minutes of the October 3rd, 2022 Executive Committee regular meeting?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chairman.
We
you
have to do a roll call.
You got to do
We
a
have
roll
to do a roll
call.
call. Oh, that's right. You know what?
And Maura,
Yes.
for what it's worth, I'm here too.
Oh, Ernie. Why aren't you on my list? I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
You know, I've been doing this for such a long time on Zoom. I'm beginning, it's getting blurry between when we're together and when we're not. Sorry about that. All right. Would you call a roll for approval?
Joe
Maura?
Nunzio,
Yes.
Karen Robles,
Yes.
Ray Cooper,
Yes.
Evan Summers,
Yes.
Jennifer Kelso,
Yes.
Aaron Frame,
Yes.
and Ernie Kosauer.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
All right. Been approved. Next is the report from the Chicago Department of Aviation.
Aaron, would you like to take this or should I?
Oh, no, my friend. It's all you.
Okay. Hello. So I think the only item that we have that ready to report on is the September ANMS report. And more, I know during the prep meeting, you asked if there would be anything on the fly quiet or the TAP EA. We're waiting for DFA to finalize the TAP EA before we can provide anything related to the fly quiet. So we're hoping for both by the end of the year, but not for this upcoming meeting.
Wait a second, can you elaborate on that? We're not submitting fly quiet because we're waiting for the FAA to quit with or finalize the TAP EA. Is that what I heard?
We are actively working on the fly quiet summary. We're preparing those documents to submit. So we'll submit that whenever they're ready. But the TAP EA, I don't know the exact date, probably before the end of the year.
So how are those two items linked?
Aaron, I might need your help.
Sure. We expect the TAP EA to be approved in the next month or so. Evan, we don't want overlapping NEPA approvals. They're not linked. We want them separate.
I understand. It's
Yeah, how does the ending of one and the beginning of the other overlap in that it's just a matter of,
Because I don't want two NEPA actions pending at the same time,
why not?
because that would frustrate the first one.
I just feel like this is another one of those chutes and ladders that we play where at every turn there's a new obstacle that we have to overcome. That was never said before, that we were waiting for two NEPAs is going to be a problem. That's the first I'm hearing of it. And I think it's the first the commission's hearing of it as well.
Okay, we expect the TAP EA to be approved in November or December. And in the meantime, Landrum and Brown has been preparing the draft for the fly quiet.
So I think that, we have a fly quiet meeting on the 17th, right, Maura?
Yes.
This is going to be a source of frustration, I think. And I think we need to understand if this is the standard process. I mean, I think we just, everyone's anxious to see this moving. And I would guess that there's—
Karen, it is moving. Landrum and Brown is preparing a document that's several hundred pages long.
I understand. It's just that, it's going to have been 2 months. And so I just think we need to be cautious because, Aaron, I think what we're all hearing is that the fly quiet submittal is going to be sitting and waiting once Landrum and Brown is done with it until the TAP EA is released from the FAA.
It's not, Karen. They're working on the fly quiet right now. I have not seen the draft. I can't turn it in if I haven't seen the draft document.
Okay,
It's
so
not, it's not sitting.
okay, I think words are important, and I think what we were hearing is that they couldn't overlap, and I think that implies something different than Landerman Brown is working and it will be submitted when it's ready, and you expect that TAP EA will likely be done in advance of that versus TAP EA has to be done before Fly Quiet is submitted, which is, I think, what we were hearing.
Ideally, both.
Okay, I think, Aaron, you should be prepared that we're all going to be frustrated if it's the latter of sitting and waiting.
And I don't want it
Okay.
just remessaged either. I mean, that's what you said, Aaron, that you don't want two NEPA sitting out there. So that's
Evan,
what we're gonna
that's
hold you to.
true. That's true. And at the same time, I need time to prepare a multi-100-page document.
And
So
we
we're working
understand and
on
respect
both
that,
concurrently.
but I think that you guys are sophisticated enough to walk and chew gum at the same time.
Yes, thank you. We are working on both concurrently. The FAA is finishing the TAP. We are preparing the Fly Quiet submittal. That much is true.
Well, the only thing I have to say about this, I'm at a loss for words at the moment. I don't know what it is. Again, this just came out of the blue, Aaron.
Chairman,
I understand what you're saying.
I apologize.
Aaron.
I thought I was very clear that it would take several months to prepare the Fly Quiet submittal.
Oh, yeah, we understand that, but I think what took us all aback is what both Karen and Evan articulated quite well, which is that we weren't prepared to hear that nothing was going to take place until something else was already completed. That's the first time we heard something like that. And we're just taken a bit back by it. Okay. So be prepared for the 18th. Anything else, Aaron? Aaron, you still there?
Vildana, do you have anything else for the city report?
No, I don't. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Next, our committee reports. Ernie?
We lost you, Ernie. We have,
Yeah, I don't hear you, Ernie.
I don't think Ernie's, is he still on?
I thought he maybe hit video instead of unmute because we lost his
Yeah.
video.
Yeah, I lost the video too. He's gone.
Okay, we'll come back. I did not include a tech report because in lieu of the tech meeting, we went on the airfield tour. So I just want to thank the CDA for facilitating that, and we had a great turnout. We had over 50 people register for the tour. Evan, I don't know if you want to add anything. I thought it was a great experience. It was really cold that day for anyone who wasn't here. So we didn't get to kind of get out and get around as much as we usually do, but we still got to see a lot of good stuff, I think.
It was great. Thanks to everyone who scheduled that. I know it can be a pain in the ass just to try to herd all those cats into one place and then get out onto a restricted airfield. So thanks for everyone for doing it. I learned a lot. I think it was the first time I've ever delayed an airplane by taking a picture on the tarmac. So that was exciting. In the future, I think we just need to keep doing these. I think it's a great kind of carrot to everybody who commits their time to the tech committee. It's a privilege to be out there. Maybe we just change the time of year that we go out so it's not as freezing, but airfield looks great. I learned a lot. Every time I go out there, I learn something new. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Comments? All right, if not, we'll move on to the report from the chair. Well, I guess that's me. Two things. Again, the 25th anniversary really went off well. It was a little chilly on the stage, but besides that, it was a great event. I had a nice time. I tried to say hello to everybody, but since I was so worried about making my speech, I was probably kind of dazed walking around. But again, it was good seeing everybody. Does anybody else have any other comments they'd like to make, Maura?
It was really nice to see some of the older alumni members, Mayor Mulder and Mayor Farley. out there. That was really nice. I'm very appreciative of the city staff. What a team, I'm telling you guys, like, it's not an easy place to have an event, and
I'm
man,
sure.
they were rock stars. Like, I used to work in local governments. We had public works, and they were kind of like, a resource, and you just be like, I need this, and they get it. And like, that's what the team was like. And it was just really great. So I just want to thank the commissioner for allowing us to have the event on the airfield and the hangar. And really thanks to all the staff and Aaron and Valdana and Ryan for everything they did to assist. Everyone was just really helpful. Thank you.
Did anybody hear any comments from the outside, from other members? Any feelings about it?
My village manager and trustee that I brought with me both thought it was a really nice event. It was a good setup. The speeches were nice and brief, but kind of hit all the highlights. So it was well received by people who don't normally attend ONCC things. So plus I think they liked, it was their first time on the airfield. So I think they liked that.
The coolness factor.
I was just sitting in the hangar and looking out at the airfield was worth the trip in itself. It was great.
I got the pictures from the photographer, so I'll send that link around. They came out really nice.
Good. I'm going to say something that's inappropriate probably. I'd like to thank whoever set the tables up, because I thought they did a really nice job, and especially my table, because my wife and I turned out to be some of the youngest people at the table, and I appreciate that.
Oh, I see Ernie's back with us. Ernie, we'll come back to you in 1 second, okay?
That's fine. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I apologize. I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, everything kind of went dark here for a second.
That's okay. As long as you're okay.
All right, Ernie, we'll back up. Do you have anything to say?
I do. Just give me 1 second, because everything else is now backed up again. Give me 1 second, Joe. I'll come back to you.
All right, let's move on to Alderman Dunn. As you know, we need an executive committee of odd number of people, and I've suggested that Alderman Dunn, who is the vice chair of the Fly Quiet Committee, become part of the executive committee. Aaron, you're the parliamentarian. What is the procedures here? Can I just appoint, or do we have to have a vote of the committee?
I checked the bylaws, and it's the appointment of the chair with the consent of the committee. So I believe we do need a committee vote, Aaron, unless you feel otherwise.
I'll
Yeah,
make a
Martha.
motion to accept Joe's recommendation for Alderman Dunn.
Aaron, sorry. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Martha, that sounds fine.
Okay,
Okay, could you call the roll for
Second.
this one?
we need a second.
Evan second.
Thank you. Joe Nunzio,
Yes.
Karen Robles,
Yes.
Ray Cooper,
Yes,
Evan Summers. Mute, Evan.
Yes.
Thank you. Dennis Ryan,
Yes,
Jennifer Kelso,
Yes.
and Aaron Green.
Yes.
Motion carries. Okay, so now the irony is that we made this appointment to bring it to an odd number, and since that process was set in motion, Brian Gazer has retired from the Village of Norwich, unfortunately, which is really unfortunate because he was a great, very engaged member, very involved, and we are very sorry to see him go. So we will be needing to appoint another member to the executive committee.
Well,
Once again, bring it on.
yeah, but that doesn't the he's residential, right?
He's the vice chair of residential.
Right. So vice chair, somebody from residential is going to have to come to the executive committee anyway and represent them.
Yeah.
So
I
we'll keep-
mean,
we'll keep-
Ralph is an executive committee member. But I need to talk to him about
yeah.
appointing the vice chair, so we will hopefully discuss that at the next exec meeting.
All right.
Well, Chair, I just want to jump in and thank the executive committee for your nomination and support. It's good to be part of this esteemed committee that has gotten a lot done. look forward to supporting the mission. So thanks. I think I attended a couple executive committee meetings via Zoom, just as an attendee. It's good to be part of the
Thank you. Thank you for participating. We need folks like you to be a part of this. Okay, with that, Ernie, are you ready? Ernie?
Oh, he's gone again. Oh, no, he's here, but not. I can give my report if you want.
Yes.
Okay, let me share my new screen. Okay, we have expenses for the month of October in the amount of $13,731.70. So just as a informational, we just because of the way some of the contracts are with some of the vendors that were used for the anniversary celebration, we were working with Aaron and Valdana to process those directly through the city, so they'll be deducted from our budget, but it won't be a situation where the commission pays it and then gets reimbursed by the city, which is how our expenses usually are. So there will be a few expenses from the event, mostly like reimbursements or other miscellaneous expenses coming from our budget in the normal manner. But some of the larger expenses like the rentals and the AV and things like that will be paid by the city. So we'll have a better accounting of that. We don't have the final invoices in yet. But once we do, we should be able to have that ready for the next meeting, if that's okay.
Okay. Thank you. Any comments?
I think we need approval of the financial report.
I'll make a motion.
Second,
Anybody second? All right, now comments. If none, call the roll.
Joe Nunzio,
Yes.
Karen Robles,
Yes.
Ray Cooper,
yes.
Evan Summers,
Yes.
Dennis Ryan,
Yes.
Jennifer Kelsall,
Yes.
Aaron Frame.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Thank you. That is all I have.
All right. Next is, let's see, the next ONCC general meeting will be November 4th. That's this
Okay.
coming Friday,
Yeah,
correct?
can you share that agenda here?
And Joe, I apologize. I'm back again.
Oh, okay, Ernie, hurry up and say what you need to say before you disappear again.
Yeah, the ad hoc daytime noise subcommittee met last on October 13th at Park Ridge City Hall at 9 o'clock. Following the previous meeting's first shot at dealing with the physicalities of both airframe and power plant noise, the committee shifted focus to a phase 3 initiative on policy. Ryan Anderson of Landerman Brown presented on what organizations are responsible for the various aspects of aviation and noise. It's the committee's intent to wrap up its work in the first quarter of next year with a series of policy recommendations being forwarded to technical. The committee will hold its first meeting of the year, the final meeting of the year, on November 10th at Park Ridge City Hall at 9 o'clock for a much anticipated presentation by the FAA regarding the continuous lower energy emissions and noise clean program. Thanks. Sorry for the confusion this morning.
No problem. Thanks, Ernie.
Thank you, Ernie. Report from the executive director? We
Oh,
did that.
We did that, yeah. We just need to look over the agenda for Friday. this
Yes,
week.
let's just do this.
So, no, it's okay. We're at Fountain Blue this Friday. This should be our last Fountain Blue meeting. Starting 2023, we do have all of our general meetings scheduled at Cafe La Cave. Yay.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so we do have the FAA acting regional administrator Elliot Black will be giving a presentation on the neighborhood environmental survey.
More of that. So just to confirm.
Yeah.
Elliot's giving the presentation, not Sean Doyle.
I That's my understanding. I thought Sean was doing the clean and Elliot was doing the NES. But I'll confirm that.
Yeah.
Maura, are they doing both topics on the same day?
No, so the NES is at the general meeting and the clean presentation is at the daytime noise committee that Ernie just spoke about.
Okay,
I'll confirm that, Ryan.
Okay. It's fine either way. I just was
Yeah.
under the impression that Sean was doing it since he kind of just came out of that department.
Yeah, sure. I could be mistaken. I'll confirm.
Next is the report from the city of
Okay.
Chicago.
The ANAM's reports, Joe will do a little recap on the 25th anniversary. Evan, I figured you could mention the tour. Ernie has his report. Karen, I don't know, do you want like an agenda item to announce the Fly Quiet meeting in November?
I think you can. I won't be there on Friday. I'm going out of town, so,
Or I can
Bob,
have Joe
can
mention
certainly-
it under his.
Yeah.
report?
Yeah, I'll just mention it.
Okay. We have the financial report. I'm just gonna keep throwing in the 2023 meeting schedule, so just so everyone has it. And then we won't meet again until January as general. But
Okay,
we do have a full meeting scheduled for November, so that's about it.
any questions? Anything that needs to be added or deleted? Any thoughts? If not, I guess this will be this will be the agenda.
Yeah, we do have approval. We usually approve it. Sorry.
Okay. Do I hear a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll
So,
move so.
second,
Second,
Call the roll?
I'm sorry, Joe Nunzio,
Yes?
Karen Robles,
yes.
Ray Cooper,
Yes.
Evan Summers,
Yes.
Dennis Ryan,
Yes.
Jennifer Kelso,
Yes.
Aaron Frame.
yes,
Okay, thank you. Your motion carries.
All right, thank you. Next is comments from the audience.
Dan Dwyer has a comment.
Okay, hi, Dan.
Hi, how are you? Yeah, just to comment on the TAP EA and sort of its timing, that it's theoretically released, when the ONCC isn't meeting, which is similar to what happened with the draft document. And I'm hoping that just doesn't diminish the importance of that being covered at the ONCC, because it is so consequential, not only operationally, but also in relation to sound insulation, and both of which may also in turn be consequential to Fly Quiet. So I hope there'll be some agenda items in the coming year to go over that document in some level of detail. And if it matters at all, my recollection in Fly Quiet, the question was asked about the time it would take to prepare the documents, and CDA did offer that would take 6 months. And I only recall that because I was the one who asked the question. So I hope that'll be considered in the Fly Quiet discussion as well. So thank you.
Okay. Thank you. There aren't any comments from the audience? I guess if not, then I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
I'll move so.
Second,
Call the roll?
Joe Nunzio,
Yes?
Karen Robles,
yes.
Ray Cooper,
Yes.
Evan Summers,
Yes.
Dennis Ryan,
Yes.
Jennifer Kelso,
Yes.
Aaron Frame.
yes.
Okay, motion carries. We stand adjourned.
Okay, see everybody on Friday.
Thank you.
Okay. If I get
Thanks, have a
rid
good
of this
day.
itis,
bye.
like being in that cold hangar.